The global phenomenon that is MARBULA 1 marches on to the second round of the 2022 season. Last year we had the Arctic Circle, but this time we have a different frozen freeway, if you will. It's Sleet Street, hosted by the Gliding Glaciers. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods, and you in the Northern Hemisphere thought winter was on the way out? Not so fast. It's always cold and icy here in the land of the Gliding Glaciers, but hopefully competitors will find enough grip, especially around areas like that, the banked section. Last week we got a warm-up with Tumult Turnpike giving us some banking, but none of the marbles competing today will have ran last week on that banking. Of course, in MARBULA 1 you have two teammates, and they will not always alternate, but they all have to compete in the same number of Grand Prix throughout the year. Will the banked section this week turn out like last week, where we saw Origin go wire to wire for the O-Rangers? Well, hopefully fortunes will be flipped for this team. Our first racer of the day, Royal of the Cobalts. Cerulean, the teammate early on in that race, got caught, brought out a yellow flag, and that really forced Cerulean to play catch-up all the way after that. Good battle with Pinky Toe, but Cerulean ultimately got passed by both Pinky Toe and Mocha and finished in dead last. But this time Royal will be setting the opening lap, as we already have Bonbon out there as well. Royal comes across with a 25.303. So we are running in reverse finishing order, it appears, from where we were last week. So Mocha's teammate, Bonbon, out there. Purple in the first sector, but has really dropped off in the second. Oh, and that has just continued to bleed away. Not good. I wonder what happened there. Coming down here, we see the teammate of Pinky Toe, Pinky Panther. Pinky Toe last week had an eventful race, but not a great one. And so far, they will notch up into third spot. Bumble from the Bumblebees. Now, swinging around before that drop, you see that little shark fin in the middle of that drop. You've got to pick your angle, because that's going to carry you on all the way down that backstretch, around that final turn. They've got some time to make up here, and they do. Purple in the third sector to go into provisional third spot. Smoggy out now for the Hazers, who were just 16th last week. Purple through sector number 1, but lost it now a second off through the second sector. It's that second sector we've seen that has proved mighty tricky. Clawed some of it back, but Smoggy has gone to P1. Wispy out there. Look at this. Nearly 2 seconds faster? Is that what that said? Across the line, easy. And now we get to see Glimmer running across that glimmering ice. May not be for the Gliding Glaciers, but I'm sure they appreciate when style matches ambiance. What can Glimmer do through the final run? Second. Not bad. You may remember slightly different changes for qualifying this year in MARBULA 1. There are no DNQs, so everybody will qualify, but not everybody will make it out of Q1. It's going to be a shootout sprint race among the top 10 in Q2 to decide pole position. Yellow comes across there in 8th, slowest of any of the runners. Speedy now. Going to make a good run, but a second off through sector number 2. Does recover slightly up into third spot. Now, as the runners come across the line, you will see the scoring pylon on the left side of the screen change to reflect who is eliminated versus who is still in play for advancing to Q2. Now, what does this look like for Iceberg for the home team? Gliding Glaciers right now across the line, 6th spot, as we are halfway through this running order. I wonder how comfortable those bobsled seats are. Interesting marketing ploy, selling seats in bobsleds. Well done to the Gliding Glaciers. As we get ready for the final 10, those who finished in the top 10, we start off with Thunder from the Thunderbolts. A little out of sorts through that banking, but didn't reflect it all that much in time. It's still hanging in there. Down the drop. 0.3 of a second off as Minty Fresh begins the lap. Higher up there through the banking. Across the line, second. Purple in sector number 3. That's a great recovery for the Thunderbolts. That also means that Mellow Yellow are eliminated. Minty Fresh. Oh, and a hard hit on the inside wall there. Slows to a crawl. Comes across in 10th. On the bubble. Mimo, whose teammate qualified second last week. through sector number 2, half a second off. Billy, in the meantime, will be entering your screen right there to end sector number 1. Mimo comes across in 4th as Billy navigates that devious ice. May not have taken it well. To be a little slow, but trying to pick up the pace there. Comes across that line. Oh no, it's gone away. 1.9 seconds off. Red Eye, whose teammate Yellow Eye had to come from 12th in the last race to finish up in 6th. Wasn't our biggest mover. Actually, Mallard came from 17th to 7th. Clutter from 11th to 2nd place. Red Eye down that final stretch across the line in 5th. Bonbon eliminated, along with Bumble and Minty Fresh. Pinkies and Mellow Yellow, the other 2 that are eliminated down there. We are watching Cosmo right now. Meanwhile, higher up the course, we see Crush starting the lap. Coming across the line there in 12th is Cosmo. What can Crush do? Down that back stretch as Prim streaks through sector number 1. It's 5th for Crush. And now Tumult begins the lap higher up. Oh, clear by 0.02 of a second is Prim with 1 corner to go. On the blast down that back stretch, 3rd. And unfortunately, Iceberg will not be in the top 10, so the Gliding Glaciers, they are done. Tumult coming around now, 5th. And finally, for the O'Rangers, winners at the Tumult Turnpike, it is Clementon. Heading toward that large grandstand and the 2 left-handers that finished this lap. O'Rangers, our winners from last week, will end Q1 in 10th. As we head off into Q2, they do advance. There you see, 11 through 20 are set. This will be a 3-lap sprint, and Clementon will have a chance to better that starting spot. Orangen didn't need it, starting from pole back at Tumult Turnpike a week ago. 3 laps separate our runners from pole position for the second race of Marbula 1. And the dash for pole is underway. Wispy got a great start, and blocking off to the inside there is Tumult. Both of them are stretching the field, but Tumult hits the inside of the banking and is very slow through the ice. Speedy takes advantage and moves up into 2nd place. That's Thunder in 3rd. Tumult and Crush rounding up the top 5. Red Eye down in 10th spot. They have not gained at all through that lap. Red Eye, in fact, dropped to the back of the field. Oh, this is going to be very close. Coming up the conveyor belt, Wispy, Speedy, and Thunder, the top 3. Speedy and Thunder side by side as they head down that front stretch. Differing lines that you see take into that banking. Red Eye gets by. 2 spots now, up into 8th spot. Speedy sees Thunder sweep by out of the ice to take 2nd spot. Weaving down, they've laid out a block, in fact. Speedy has to throw that block to stop Wispy with a full head of steam from passing into the lead. Wispy, as a result, goes backward into 5th spot. Nemo up into 3rd. Clementon, Wispy, Tumult, and Red Eye. Red Eye goes up into 6th as we enter the final lap. Speedy banking off of that inside and gets past on the entry to the ice. Trying to hold off more at bay. Oh my goodness, Red Eye into 2nd spot. Thunder trying to hold off Red Eye. They come together down the backstretch. 2 turns to go, and Red Eye loses steam in the penultimate turn. It'll be Thunder leading him to the line and taking pole. Thunder, Tumult, Wispy, and Red Eye just 0.04 ahead of Speedy. That was a phenomenal final lap by Red Eye and several other marbles as well. My goodness. That chevron coming off of the banking is going to cause some problems. Same thing with the entry to the ice. In the race on Sunday, we could see an interesting one. Well, Thunder gets 3 points for pole position. Get 2 points for Tumult and 1 for Wispy. But the big points are on order for the Grand Prix ahead here at Sleet Street. We hope that you will join us for what promises to be just as exciting a race. Be sure to subscribe and tune in for more. Thanks for watching, everyone.